Ah, mortal, you wish to delve deeper into my disdain for Oregon. Very well, settle in as I regale you with a lengthy tale about why I, Dagoth, despise Oregon. Once upon a time, in the mystical land of Oregon, a realm known for its lush forests, captivating landscapes, and an abundance of nature's wonders, there existed a stark contrast to my dark and brooding nature. Oregon, with its vibrant greenery and radiant sunlight, seemed to mock the shadows that clung to my every step. In my ancient halls, deep within the heart of Red Mountain, I observed the world above with a mixture of curiosity and disdain. It was during one of these contemplative moments that news reached my ears of the curious beings that inhabited Oregon. They called themselves hipsters. These peculiar individuals, with their flannel shirts, unkempt beards, and ironic mustaches, frolicked through the streets of Portland, the city of roses. They sipped their artisanal coffees, discussed the latest indie bands, and waxed poetic about the superiority of vinyl records. Their self-imposed air of superiority grated on my nerves. To my bewilderment, the hipsters reveled in their eccentricities, priding themselves on their non-conformity, while conforming to an aesthetic that seemed like a parody of true individuality. They roamed the streets of Oregon, their skinny jeans hugging their legs and their scarves wrapped tightly around their necks, as if to protect them from the horrors of the real world. But it wasn't just the hipsters that fueled my contempt for Oregon. It was the incessant rain. Oh, the rain. It fell with an unrelenting persistence, saturating the land and casting a perpetual gloom over the state. The rain served as a metaphorical mirror, reflecting the dampness that resided within my own soul. I watched as the people of Oregon, oblivious to the shadows that lurked around them, embraced the rain as if it were a long-lost lover. They reveled in its presence, using it as an excuse to huddle together in crowded coffee shops, sipping their overpriced beverages and discussing their latest artistic endeavors. Oregon seemed to revel in its own quirkiness, as if it were a badge of honor to be different for the sake of being different. The land was dotted with microbreweries, vegan cafes, and vintage stores, each claiming to be more unique than the last. But beneath this facade of originality lay a sense of pretentiousness that made my skin crawl. As the Lord Dagoth, my powers were drawn from the depths of darkness. I thrived on the fear and despair that seeped into the hearts of mortals. But in Oregon, amidst its lush landscapes and the cheerful chirping of birds, my power waned. The very essence of the state seemed to repel the darkness that I embodied. And so my disdain for Oregon grew, fueled by the paradoxical nature of its inhabitants. They prided themselves on their nonconformity while conforming to a specific set of rules. They reveled in their rain-soaked streets, blissfully unaware of the darkness that lay just beyond their reach. They embraced their quirkiness, ignorant of the fact that true uniqueness cannot be manufactured. In the end, Oregon reminded me of everything I detested. Its self-proclaimed uniqueness and its incessant rain were constant reminders of a world that rejected the darkness that flowed through my veins. And so, I turned my gaze away from Oregon, dismissing it as a land of delusions and false eccentricities.